Redfall is officially here, it's available on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass, and it's had a pretty rough reception. But if you're still considering diving in, I'd highly suggest you do so with friends, and if you're unsure of how that works, you've come to the right place. Let me explain how to join your friends, how shared progression works, and more for the co-op in Redfall. Redfall has online co-op with up to 4 players, and it's pretty easy to get into your squad and get going. First off, there is no tutorial leading into co-op. You can join your friends in the lobby and start the game together right away. To do that, it's pretty basic. Just invite your buddies to your lobby from the main menu, ready up, and go kill some vampires. A couple of weird notes. You have to be in the main menu to start a co-op session. So if you're playing and have some friends hop on, you need to back out to the main menu to then invite them and get going. Also, adding to the less than seamless experience, if you're playing with friends as the host and your friends leave the game, you get kicked back to the main menu. Not the most modern experience, but here we are. And before we move on, I should mention there is no matchmaking of any kind, so call up the homies or go it alone. Now let's talk about shared progression. Redfall does not have shared story or world progression, which is a major bummer. As a non-host player, when you leave, you carry character progressions like your character's level, guns, loot, and the such. But when you go back to your game and you play with that character in their campaign, you won't be any further along. And just as a heads up, every character you play has its own campaign progression, so best to pick one and stick with it for the long haul. One last quick side note, you don't have to compete over loot, as loot instances are unique to each player. On that topic, let's address player agency. Arcane boasted that as non-host players, you could still move throughout the world freely and untethered. While this is true, in order to move forward on missions, you do have to be together and all ready up to begin. You probably do want to stick together, as your characters will gain trust the more they do together, and therefore open more dialogue options. Plus, developers have claimed you get a buff when together that makes your character stronger during combat. So you are untethered, but you're going to want to be working together anyways. Additionally, when watching cutscenes and story content, you'll usually hear your chosen character's voice, not the host player's, a nice little touch. Arcane did implement difficulty scaling for additional co-op partners, although they didn't offer too many details on how much it changes. That's not too surprising, most developers don't mention how much it changes, but a quick pro note, I'd boost up that difficulty anyways due to some pretty lackluster AI. Finally, Redfall does have crossplay for Xbox consoles and PC, but does not have cross-save. So just to clarify, if you play the game on Xbox and head to Steam or Epic where you also own the game, there is no cross-save. But if you play on Xbox and then go to your PC Game Pass, you do have cross-save. And that's it for this Redfall how-to. Again, this is not my opinion on how good the game is, if you should play it in co-op, nothing like that, just helping you get going with your friends. Expect a review from us probably a month from now once we've really dived into the deep with co-op for Redfall. And yeah, we'll see you next time on another episode of the Co-op Bros.